Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Brian, along with my co host, Brett.
Hey, what's up, guys?
We are here to talk Big Brother, season 24. We're covering Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday episodes. I'm sorry we didn't get this out sooner. We just had a busy week. Brett and I just kind of had stuff going on, so we needed to recording on Saturday. It's the only day we could work with, but we wanted to get this episode out. Like I'm probably going to drop this tonight, Brett, because I want to get it out before tomorrow, like the week start.
Right.
But this was a big week. We lost two. I mean, Terrence was our. We were rooting for Terrence. We didn't think he had a chance. Like he's gone. But the big move is Michael is out of the house. And since you're a big fan of the show, I want to get your reaction right off the bat.
It was an exciting episode, at least on the back half of the eviction episode, because obviously everybody, was wanting to take out Michael. And the real question was, could they pull it off? Would he lose a veto? And of course, as we saw, he did lose the veto. And there was actually some controversy around the veto. So I don't know if you noticed, but
I don't.
I didn't notice watching it the first time. But when Michael ran to plug his thing in, his rope broke. So it broke
Okay.
off belt. So then I was like, because I had heard that like that threw him off, that the rope broke. So I went back and watched it, and actually it seemed like he could have had an advantage in the game because now he doesn't have to throw his body through the thing. So I was wondering if he just started unwinding the rope, if they would have DQ'd him or something.
Interesting. Yeah. See, I didn't notice that, but yeah, that's a good point. Like, what would have happened? Would like Julie would have came through the megaphone and be like, "Yo, stop the Met, bro, whatever," and just
Mhm.
like, I actually that challenge was cool. I'm sure that's one they do all the time, correct? Right?
I don't think so.
Really?
I think
Okay.
I've seen the
Just
challenge do
wrong all
something
the time.
similar. I'm not sure if Big Brother's done
Yeah,
that, though.
challenge definitely has done things like that before.
Yeah, I mean they might have done it once in Big Brother. I'm not sure though, but
Okay.
I've definitely seen it in the challenge where they have like the giant rope and the giant jungle gym
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, they do like
So
a
these are like,
and stuff
and they
like
do it
that.
in Survivor too. So
Yeah, no, you're definitely right about that too. So Monty wins, right? Monty or is it Turner?
Monty won the veto. Yes.
Okay. Okay. And so I know we're kind of getting ahead of ourselves because just the biggest deal was Michael going home. Did you see did you enjoy his walkout?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, I hate when they hug each other. I
Yeah,
guess it's
I
boring. So
agree. Why is
so
everyone
anytime
so
they do
happy
something
all the time?
different, anytime they do something different, it's more exciting.
Yeah,
So
and I was looking on because I like do the team Twitter page. Like everyone was kind of like he just did that because he's a fan of the show. Like have an eventful walkout because when he came out to talk to Julie, he's like, "Yeah, I'm not even mad. I didn't have anything to say. I thought it was great. Like I would prefer seeing people, even if they're faking being upset, just like you said, hugging and like after every challenge, like good job, good job, good job. Even like when somebody is, they know they're screwed if they lost.
right.
I don't. It's supposed to be a game show for money. I want people to have some like they're up. You can be upset if you lost. Like you don't need to
Yeah.
be a fair sport all the time. Like you can be like, hey, good job, but like be you don't need to be like woohoo. I don't know. That's just me.
You'll see him on finale night, but
Yeah.
he didn't even. I mean, I guess he also threw Brittany under the bus and didn't hug her or anything. And I don't know if you saw. Did you see the season with Cody Nixon?
Dude, I
Okay,
have not seen
okay,
any Big Brother, but
okay.
tell
So
me about it.
he had a similar storm out, but his was funny because he stood up, walked over the coffee table right
Oh,
past.
okay. I saw that on Twitter. Somebody tweeted it, so I know what you're talking about. I
Yeah,
saw that. Yeah, but like, and this is another thing why like people like Brittany, I have no sympathy for. Like she's like, it's a game. Like he's trying, even if it's a last ditch effort, he's
yeah.
trying to stay in the game. So if he's gonna bring up points, but like, no offense, you haven't done anything.
He
Like,
didn't even say anything that bad about her,
no,
and
he
she
didn't. He
still
just
like
said
was
something that
crying.
was
You're like, oh,
true.
he threw me under the
Yeah,
bus.
like shut up. Like, and just crying after the fact. Like, I really hope she's does not like people like that. I do not want even in the final. Like, just because then you can say you're a finalist. But like she was awful in that challenge with the comic books. Like, it just. I mean, even though she had a decent time, but like her edit was just like so bad. I don't know. I just have no sympathy for people like that.
Yeah, yeah. The way she was flopping,
Yeah,
dropping off
just
that thing.
ugh. Yeah, so that's a big it's gonna be so now like I just want to jump somewhere else. Like they showed a lot of Jury House this week.
Hmm.
So like from now on, are they gonna show like clips of people going into the jury? house and talking like every episode?
Probably. Yeah, I mean, not
Really?
every episode, but probably on like eviction nights they might do it.
Okay. I
I
think
mean,
that's really
especially with
cool.
Michael, they're gonna show
Yeah,
Michael and
yeah, yeah.
Terrence going to the jury house.
So this show, in my opinion, as like somebody who's hated on this show for a while, has gotten way better since the jury has been in effect. In my opinion, like adding that jury aspect where like I know they've always had it, but like going to show what like people are upset and somebody comes in, like we can talk about like because Kyle going to the jury house is something that we're gonna have to touch on, but I thought that was cool where they're like, oh, who's coming through the door next? I'm expecting this, and then when they show up, I
Yeah,
like that. I think that's. I know they've been doing it for a while, but remember, people, I'm a rookie to the show.
right.
Do you want to just touch on Kyle real quick, like him going and kind of explaining himself again, and people getting upset?
Yeah. So I mean, I guess a little bullet point that I have on here is like, so I mean, obviously, if they're a minority, I guess they feel attacked by what Kyle did and can be upset. But I also think it's very contradictory because um, Jasmine basically said she was going to root for Taylor because she was a black girl. So I'm like, if Kyle said, I'm going to root for Turner because he's a white guy, like everybody's going to start giving Kyle shit again. And it's just like one of those things where it's like a double standard. So even, I mean, so obviously they were all upset with Kyle, but then kind of forgave him. But I think it's just annoying that Kyle has to be like, oh, I'm on a journey and I'm learning. And
Yeah,
then other people can just like say whatever they want. And, you know, because they're in the minority class, I guess they can just, it's acceptable, which is fine. I mean, I don't care that it's acceptable. I just get mad that they get mad at people like Kyle and try to make him feel like he's a bad guy.
see where I think Kyle's gonna get burned is how he like lied about what Joseph did. You know how he came back as like, oh, Joseph did all this stuff. So I
I
think
mean,
when
that's just
Michael,
gameplay. That was just gameplay.
yeah,
We can
exactly, exactly. So like when Michael comes to the jury house and like Joseph's like, hey, they're gonna have a conversation where it's like he was the one who was kind of like suspect about what Kyle was saying. That's where I think Kyle's gonna get burned, which is rightful. Then like gloves are off there, like he has to explain himself. But yeah, it's a tough situation, man, with these
I don't
like
think Joseph will care. I
no, I
mean,
don't think he will either. Because
he
like
was already gone at that point. So like, why does he care if they blamed everything on Joseph?
exactly, but like if
Build the
people if
alliance.
yeah, and that's why I always come back to these shows. Like if you're playing this game, you sign up for these shows, you need to know what Brittany's getting offended by Michael. It's a show. Like people like you need to expect this stuff to happen. Like even if you're friends with the person, like they want to stay longer. And like Michael made a mistake, which we're going to talk about in a second, with Turner, where he like honored something that he said, where if he did it, he could probably still be here.
Right.
And like you need to like I know you need to tread that line of like being a good person and like honoring your word, but no one's gonna be if you win the game, they're gonna be like, oh, it's
Yeah.
a good game move, and it's just like you can be friends after the fact. Normally, these
Mhm.
people are friends anyways. Like they all will come to the realization that it is a game.
Yeah. I don't know if Michael was trying to like when he didn't backdoor Turner earlier this episode when Terrence went out. I mean, I don't know if that was like he sort of probably felt bad, I guess, because Turner helped him get rid of Kyle, but at the same time, he was probably worried that if he gets rid of Turner, then the jury will be more mad at him. Whereas if he
Right.
basically saves Turner, the jury may forgive him for withholding the Kyle information. And then actually, even actually, I don't think this was in the episode, but I was watching the Winner's Circle, and they had like a clip. So Michael, when he was talking to Kyle originally about like Cookout 2.0, Michael was like, "Oh yeah, I believe me, I've thought of it too." So
I
Michael
mean,
was basically confirming that he had the same biases and
yeah.
opinions of Kyle,
Didn't
and then
he
he
also say
Kyle
that
on the
like
bus.
he would say things that people wanted to hear? I think he said that.
Yeah, I mean, which is why, like, no, I mean, no matter what he says or how he thinks, I don't feel like everybody on the outside world should be getting mad at all these people for playing game moves and
No, no,
and then they did the
I
same
agree with
thing.
you.
Yeah. And then even like Michael was apparently Turner's bisexual, which I had no idea until like this
Yep.
week's episode.
I don't think anybody did, unless you're
Yeah.
watching live feeds, which we don't.
No. And then so all of a sudden he's like, "Don't get rid of me. We're part of the LGBTQ." And then you had the stuff with Terrence trying to form the Black Alliance, and it's like we literally just like berated Kyle. I mean, made him feel like an idiot or a jerk, and then everyone outside the house made Kyle is basically saying Kyle sucks. And then now we're just having like everyone's building alliances based off how they identify. As long as you're not a white guy identifying with white guys, then you're good. You can pick any alliance you want.
It's gonna happen every season, no matter what people say. Like they're gonna,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just that's why I'm not gonna get upset at anybody doing anything because it's a game.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're trying to win.
So also with this, so like this is kind of what goes in my mind with if you're so the only people that could win this game at this point, I think, are Turner, Monty, and
Taylor.
Taylor.
Yep.
So, but if you're Turner and you have the choice, you cannot take Monty or Taylor to the end with you because I think they'll beat him. And I think race plays into that. Like Taylor, I mean, I don't know. Monty's played a very similar game to Turner. I think Taylor's played a slightly different, but since she was getting bullied early on, it's like
she hasn't won a lot.
Yeah, she hasn't had as much control, but she's survived.
Yeah.
But I also think like the race thing will come into play. So like if you're a white male like Turner and you're sitting next to like, possibly the first black woman, they're gonna like people are gonna vote for her just because of that. And so
in this jury.
Yeah. And so I mean, would it make Turner a bad guy if he was like, I don't want to sit next to a black woman because she'll beat me because everyone will applaud her for that. And she'll get votes just because of that.
Yeah, it's tough. He's won a decent amount of HOH, right? And veto.
Yeah, he's won 2 HOHs and
he hasn't even been on the block, right?
I don't know. I think I wrote that down somewhere. Have Monty or Monty? I don't know.
Monty's been on the block.
Yes.
So I don't remember Turner being on the block. I could be wrong though. If it is, it's like once.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's got to matter for something.
If he'll go on the block this week. So
yeah. Of course he will probably get eliminated. Now that we're talking about.
I mean, at this point, now that Michael's gone, Turner's best bet would be if Monty wins HOH, and if Monty doesn't win HOH, Turner or Monty are going to be on the block.
I just feel like I'm okay with anybody winning except for Brittany. I think I'd be no, just the entire show.
Mm-hmm.
Brittany's never going to win HOH. She's so unathletic. Like she has no chance, in my opinion.
The only person she could beat would be Alyssa, but like even then, that's a.
I don't think she'd beat Alyssa because she could be like, you're here because of Michael.
Yeah.
So I don't know. At least like Alyssa's like one, or I was going to compare it to Terrence. At least Terrence has been HOH, and he's like, even though it was like second place, he still did something kind of. Like,
I mean, I think honestly, if Brittany was against Alyssa, Brittany should win just because she had more. Yeah, she rode Michael's coattails, but that in itself was sort of a strategy, and she was in the alliance. Alyssa's literally rode Kyle's coattails and not been in the alliance.
Yeah.
So
I would probably vote for Alyssa personally.
Those two girls are not sitting next to each other. There's no way though, because they're going to end up there with one of the guys.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we wouldn't bet on it, but I mean, stranger things have happened. Anything else like of value from that episode that you would like talk about before we like wrap it up?
From the eviction episode specifically, or like the
any of the week? Because if we don't have anything, it's fine. Like I just feel like a majority of things that happen were Thursday night, and we kind of already touched upon it.
Yeah. I mean, so I guess the only thing I wanted to talk about was like the comic books. I thought they sucked.
So do they do this normally?
Yeah, they do it every year.
Okay.
They do Zingbot and the comic books every year. I don't know if they're always in the same week, but that's pretty much what the 2 episodes this week before Eviction were.
How long has Zingbot been a thing? That thing was awful as a first-time viewer. Do you like it?
I mean, it's all right. I mean, it's just it's not why I watch the show. If they got rid of it, I really wouldn't care.
But like, I don't know. Maybe if I don't know. When they're all excited about the Zingbot, I was like, this is brutal to listen to. But the comics,
it's one of those comps where it's like, because Big Brother recycles a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like Zingbot, the slip and slide competition, the comic books,
and that like singing roach. Is that a thing?
OTEV, yeah. So it's always like the same competition, but it's a different like character. Like OTEV is like a different animal. But it's the same competition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. And, not for me.
I thought that with the Zingbot, I liked Alyssa's.
He burned her. He definitely burned. I think it's the voice that bothered. That just was like, this is brutal to listen to.
Yeah.
Because what they were saying was funny. It's just like the voice. I was like, "Ugh, I'm out. I'm out."
Yeah, I like that Zingbot called her a heavy winter jacket in the
Yeah.
desert, which would have been a perfect comic book for her to give her something like that. But instead, they gave her Maul Lissa. Like,
Yeah, they got to be
what?
too nice, right? Like none of them can be negative. Is that
I
how?
guess not. I guess not. Because I'm like, I felt like, and then with the copycat thing with Michael, I was thinking they would have made him like a comp beast or something,
Yeah, like
not a
see, this is
copycat.
why you need to
What?
be on these shows, Brett. Like you have good ideas, and
Just
you,
go in the editor's room. No, and
yeah,
then Brittany, when she was like a flea, I thought they were going to do something with laser beams out of her eyes since they had been like making fun of her eyes
yeah.
earlier. But
I saw a thing on Twitter where she's like that one girl, that one meme of the girlfriend, where it's like that. You know what I'm talking about?
no,
I'll send you what it is, but like somebody compared her to that. I'll drop it in here too, just for the people, so I don't look like I'm crazy. So we have an episode Sunday, right?
yep, at 8:30.
Sunday at 8:30, and then Wednesday, Thursday, or do they change it because of Thursday night football?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so we'll probably do the same thing again, an episode after the Thursday episode, depending on if Sunday is crazy. So always keep in mind that we're judging. We watch it. We make decisions on like what we're gonna do. But look forward to next week. We'll probably have one episode unless something absolutely crazy happens. But from myself and Brett, thanks for watching. We will catch you guys next week. Peace.
Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for coming back again.